So I've been systematically going through this list of responses that I got from a form that I sent out. You can see it down below in the details as well if you want to contribute to the direction that geek psychology is going. I'm hoping to find a new job where I can be more myself and find motivation. How can I be my vulnerable self in a business world that only seems to pay authenticity, lip service, and values strength above all? So in this video, we're going to dig into that and what it means to be an INFP in the workplace and how you can use some of your strengths to be happy and continue to serve the world in a bigger, better way. What's up, Game Changers? Sherman here from Geek Psychology, helping you find your true character and level it up so you can play life better. Look at all this sunlight. It's like melting me in its glorious nurture. So INFPs, we have some struggles. We have a lot of things that we're going up against, but so does everybody else. And yeah, in the standard American world, STJ gets a lot of support. Learning from the past and implementing those things in a steady, stable way and achieving your goals, those are quite prized, as is a lot of the sensor stuff and a lot of the thinking stuff, especially if you're a male INFP. There are some things that we just kind of run into, like this inner sensitivity and deciding based on what we value. And it's not always taken to heart. Like a lot of times we struggle with it and we can't quite express what's going on, and people don't really care too much. And that's fine. Why should they care? They have their own life. You gotta work on your own self and make you do the best thing that you can do to the best degree that you can. So first up, I want to express how important it is to honor and love yourself for who you are. And it's not a quick switch. Like if you're not in that position right now, you're probably like, there's no way. There's no way that I'm going to love myself for who I am and be proud of all these things. And, I'm depressed. I don't have the energy to do anything. And, why should I even care anymore? The world's not meant for me. I hear that a lot. I thought that a lot. And that's not the place you want to be. The world is so much more beautiful when you use your intention and your skills to the best degree that you can. And that doesn't mean you're always going to succeed with everything. You don't want to succeed with everything, honestly. Like, you learn through struggles and through your journey and through failing and messing up. That's how you learn to be a better person. You didn't ride a bike the first time you sat on it, I assume, unless you're some superhero. You didn't learn how to tie your shoes the first time. You didn't speak a language the first time you even tried. It's just not possible. And a lot of times we forget that, like, when we want to make an impact on the world, that there's a big, steep curve to it. And through doing that, though, through struggling and climbing up that cliff, that hill, that mountain, or whatever it is, to get to a better vantage point, to see life in a better way, like, you're going to slip, you're going to slide. Can't always do it the first time, right? You're gonna make some backtracks, and you gotta make that progress again. And if you know personality type, I feel that that's a shortcut. It's like a cheat code to understanding it more if you use it properly. If you use your personality type to make the impact in the world that you can make in the world because of your special gifts, then you're more likely to be able to succeed and be happy while doing it, be motivated while doing it. So like if you're an INFP, and you're fighting your emotions, if you're fighting this inner vulnerability, if you're doing what I tried to do when I was in my 20s and try to shut it all off, shut off the emotions, be stone cold, robotic rogue, then, life is going to be hard. You're going to have a lot of issues with it. You're going to run into problems where people are doing things that you don't like and you don't have any way of impacting. You don't have any boundaries set. You don't know how to say no. All you can do is run away. All you can do is drown out the negative voices and play some more games or watch Netflix and just kind of escape from reality. And if you realize your personality type and the cognitive functions, which is something you can find through this channel and through other channels too, and you know that like your strength is to go deep into emotions and to use that like pinpointed, refined emotional clarity as a way of like understanding yourself and the universal impact on other people at the same time. Like it's something that you feel is so unique to you, but really everybody shares it. Everybody shares these struggles. It's just people aren't really in tune with them. They're not aligned with them. They're not resonating with all these different parts within themselves. And then if you bring in your auxiliary function of extroverted intuition, that's some jargon talk right there, but like if you go out and explore more and connect the dots, you just kind of wonder what if and let that imagination guide you and play, then you're going to be able to more likely connect up and really get a deeper understanding of what it means to be you and what it means to be a human. And then you just got to find a way of communicating that. And I say you just got to, like, it's this really easy thing. It's not easy, but it is something that you can do. You just need to keep trying different ways that fit you best. Like, I never thought that I would be making YouTube videos and doing this kind of like one-on-one talk to people. Like I never thought of that. I never thought I'd do coaching or be making a game or be living in Japan. It was not in my radar at all. And yet through exploring, through putting myself out there over and over again and failing constantly and going through a lot of struggles, I found that missing piece that was within me, right? I found it, and now I'm able to communicate it more because I tried it over and over and over and over again. And I know that sounds like a lot of work, but living a life that you hate is also a lot of work. Like all that wasted energy against yourself and like slowing your momentum down and not wanting to do anything in life and all these negative thoughts and this cycle, that's also a lot of work. Like you're maintaining that, and that is pretty rough. I think it's way better to have a sense of self and be able to assert that in the world, because that energizes you, and the impact that you can make with other people energizes you. I'm sure you're wanting to know what the tip is. What's the next step to working a job where you feel like you can be vulnerable and that your skills are honored? The way that I learned how to have more confidence in myself and in my business and in coaching and in life in general is to see that it is a disservice to humanity if I don't express this stuff to the best of my ability. If I slack off, if I play small, I'm hurting the world. I know I've said that before, and I've talked about how it is. It's strange. It's strange to like puff yourself up to that degree. And that's okay. The world needs everybody to be playing at their best, and we need all the skills that we have that we can muster. Like we need everybody to be doing what they can do to the best of their ability. I mean, that's how we're gonna fix all this nonsense that's happening right now. That's how we're gonna get people with more intelligence, emotional and intellectual intelligence at the higher leader positions. That's how we're going to fix all this like global warming and all these murders and everything like that, is to have people with more clarity of who they are and sharing their gifts and not spreading hate because they hate themselves. Like, to actually, the more you understand yourself, in my opinion, the more you understand how the other person could be feeling in that situation. You know, you have that empathy then, because you've been through it, because you've struggled with it, because it's something that you've had to fight, your demons, your dragons, right? There are things that you've been through that help you understand other people's struggles. And somebody else needs that from you. Somebody else needs you to communicate that with passion. And I know I don't seem like the most passionate person. I'm not like cheering and screaming at you and everything like that. It is, though, it's coming from the heart. It's coming from a soft spot that wants you to do you as best as you can, so that you can make an impact on the world, so that you can lead through being a role model of identity, of like conviction. Like, I'm going to save the world. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to care for other people, even if it hurts me sometimes, because I know that I can re-energize myself. I can generate this feeling, this compassion again and again and again. It's not a limited source. Through that and through activating other people, your passion will win. Your passion will find a way to put you in a position where your life is good, and it's something that you're happier about, and something that you're motivated. When you wake up in the morning, you smile, you walk outside like I do and just look at the trees and breathe it in, say, I love my life. No matter what happened before you left your house or what's going to happen that day, you got to sell yourself again and again and again until you really ingrain that habit of positive thinking. And really, who cares what everybody else is doing or saying? Sure, you need to gain some skills around extroverted thinking, around achievements and, better goal planning and things like that. There are models for that. Look up SMART goals. That's a good place to start. Look up Tony Robbins' Massive Action Plan. And those goal setting procedures and things like that, those will help you. The thing is, though, if you aren't happy with yourself, why would you even want to work in a position that would require that stuff, And so my question here to wrap this up is, how can you find within yourself this motivation? Like, what is your skill that you need to share with the world because it's something that you learned through hard times? Whatever that struggle was in your life, somebody else is going through it. Somebody else is going through it way worse. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to talk light of what you went through. I'm sure it was awful. And yet there's so much bad stuff out there. And yet those people can also be happy. They can find their motivations too. And whatever you went through, there is an important goal, an important lesson that you can share with the world. And through doing that, you can feel more conviction about who you are and what you're doing. And the more you do that, the more you build that up, the more able you are to lead. And the more able you are to lead, the easier it is to find ways for you to implement that and have the energy to create those structures that you need, or to get people that are there to help you organize your day or whatever it is. And it all comes down to really like loving yourself and having that motivation within you. That's already there. You just got to find it and got to build better rapport with it. So I hope this video helped. I hope it answered your question, or at least gave you some insights that will lead to an answer to your question. If it did, please let me know down below in the comments what helped you. And you can also go to geekpsychology.com. You can write me there or sign up for a coaching package. All right. Keep up the lifelong questing. Good luck. Have fun. Peace.